All right, welcome back. Got a patrol story for you. I've been on the job maybe a year and a half, something like that, 2 years. But let me back up. Let me give you a little premise on this. A little premise. Most police officers have to pass a psychological exam. In fact, a battery of psychological exams. Okay, and got to make sure they're sane. Got to make sure they're okay. Because why? Because the entity that's hiring you, it trusts you to have a weapon and to deal with people, and you can't go crazy. Okay, so that's why I use that word crazy, but you have to have a psychological battery passing those exams. And like I said before on RealCopStoryVideos.com, officers start out, fine. And I think over the years, dealing with the public and dealing with a lot of weird stuff, they kind of go funny, okay? And not go off, but just weird, just funny, okay? And this was one of those stories. In the 70s, we had a scare. We had a bomb placed outside one of the police stations under a police car. And another bomb was placed under a car that was at a IHOP, I think. Made all national news and everything. It was, I think it was one of these underground organizations that obviously hate police. So after that happened, every police station, 18 of us, had to have security guards. Some had civilian security officers, but most of them had police officers. They just pull you out of the field. You stay at the front door, you handle the back door, and that was your assignment for 4 hours. Very boring job, just to make sure nobody did this again. Needed job, but then again, you're paying a lot of high salary for a security guard. And later, eventually, they hired private security guards trained by the police to do this. But at the shock of the initial bomb finding, they put police officers. So that's fine. So I'm working this one time. I'm new, so the newer guys get this job. So I'm in the back door, and the other officer, the one we're going to talk about, is on the front door. It's on a major street. And what we would do is we just walk around. We'd stop. We talk to each other. They didn't want us to sit down and talk for a long time because obviously you leave your post. But we kept moving. So if anybody drove by, they'd see there's police outside, and I'm not going to do anything. Well, I didn't see this, but I heard this right after it happened. This officer's in front of the police station. Busy night, Friday night. And a car of gang members go by. Lowered Chevy. And they're flipping him off and F-bombing and everything else, right? So he's like, he's wearing uniform. Son of a bitch. And off they go. And I talked to him too, because we work together. We're in the locker room after this. He tells me what he did. And I heard later what he did from our little source in the captain's office. So he's out there, another 10 minutes go by, and here comes the car again. Okay? He goes, get down. This is what he does. Car goes by, he turns around, he's in uniform. Turns around, and he moons the car. Okay? He goes down, he moons the car, and he realizes this isn't the same car, okay? It's the same kind of car. It's a 65 for a white Chevy. It's a family of 4 in there, okay? Husband and wife and a couple of kids. And they go by, they're looking, and he looks back and he went, and he pulls his pants up and they go by, okay? So I'm walking around and he's fixing his belt and I go, what's going on? He goes, oh man, I think I did something really bad. What'd you do? He goes, I shouldn't even tell you. I said, well, don't tell me that, I don't want to know. He goes, but he wanted to tell me. Okay, well, I said, you tell me, I'm like a psychiatrist, our conversation is in confidence. Well, I want to know what happened. So he tells me, and I'm going, oh man, he goes, yeah, it wasn't the car, man, it was another car. Oh, maybe I think it'll be all right. Maybe it'll just go away. Okay, yeah, all right, it's going to go away. So I go back to my post. No, it didn't go away. About an hour later, here they come, okay? I heard that he told me that he's in front of the station, and the car pulls over, they get out, and they're like shielding their children as they walk by him to get into the station because they want to make a complaint. Like, what do you mean shielding? When they saw me, they put the kids to one side, they looked at me, and they kind of stared at me as they walked by. I said, well, I'd call that as shielding your kids from this evil. So they made a complaint, an official complaint. Oh my gosh. Okay, so a couple of days go by and we're at roll call, and of course the supervisor's doing that sort of thing. They assign one sergeant sometimes to do that. He goes, I'll see you. He looks at me and he shakes his head. I go, we know what it is. Okay, so he goes in there. Of course, they had interviewed me. Okay, what did you see? What did you? And I wasn't going to say what he told me. I'm just going to say what I know. I don't know anything. One of the other cop stories said, are you in a position to hear or see it? No, I was on the other side of the building. I don't know what's going on. Of course, I knew because I heard from him. But anyway, so his explanation was this: that the car went by and they were giving him F-bombs, whatever, and he never realized that the other car was coming. Okay, and so he was fixing his pants, and his belt buckle and the pants happened to fall. Okay, so if you believe that, I got some land I want to sell you over in the swamps of Everglades in Florida. So it was a lie, but then it wasn't. It's a self-serving lie. I told you, I lecture you about how we're supposed to be telling the truth. Well, this is not a tell the truth. He's pretty. I can't sugarcoat this thing. He's lying. Okay. So they took the complaint and they blah, blah. So they didn't want to let it go, the department. They didn't want to burn him hard with it because maybe it might have been true. Probably not, okay? So I heard they gave this information to the captain. The captain's the one that's in charge of 100 or 200 and some officers. He's the one that gives out discipline. He said, no, I said, there's some controversy here. So I'm going to give him a day off without pay just to let him know he shouldn't be doing that in public and let him know that we think he did it. We really can't prove it because, the kids aren't witnesses and mom said you really didn't get a good view. And it was, they got a view, but they didn't. I'm not trying to justify what he did. Believe me, I know he did it. But so he wasn't clear. So he got a day off without pay. That's a good enough slap on the wrist to not do that again. And later on, another 10 or 12 stories down, I'll give you another story about the same officer. It's a good one too. But this is the one about him. And again, I'm sure he started out as a nice young officer, wanted to help people, and I think he digressed over the years and became a little weird. He was a little strange. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that story, and talk to you next time. Bye-bye.